boy, look at these three countries all acting together. I hope nothing bad ever happens. Hey everybody, welcome back to Strategy. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we started our new Game Plus and made our first different decision, that being to go instead of Hyzant. And this time we're going to actually go to Aesfrost.
I am Gustadolf, Archduke of Aesfrost. Allow me to personally welcome you to my nation. I hear I am addressing the new Lord of House Wolford, yes?
Serenoa Wolford, Your Grace. It is an honor to have an audience with you. On behalf of King Regna and all of Glenbrook, you have our sincere gratitude for your generous contributions to the mining effort.
Consider your gratitude accepted. Avlora informs me that you fought well in the tourney. I would much like to see for myself how the legendary Simon's son carries himself in battle.
I train twice as hard, yet am not half the warrior he is.
It is good that you make such effort. I would expect no less from my brother-in-law to be. Norzelia is changing. The time when matters were settled by blade draws to a close. In the spirit of this age of diplomacy, I would hear your honest thoughts on the mining accord.
I believe it an important alliance that may bring harmony to our three nations.
An uninspiring answer, and naive at that. Do you truly believe that each of our nations aspires to the same harmony?
And what is it that you aspire to, Your Grace?
Why, peace for all of Norzelia, of course. Peace and freedom for all its peoples to live as they please. Frederica, do not lose sight of your role in all of this. Stand by Serenoa always, and represent Aesfrost with pride and grace.
I shall, brother.
Prince Roland, as you have come in secret, I will dispense with formalities.
I appreciate the consideration, Your Grace.
That said, does King Regna not worry that his younger son visits a foreign land on his own?
I am no longer a child, and it is a prince's duty to be worldly.
A fine outlook. In that case, I would show you to the archives.
It holds countless tomes, from the ancient to the new. I dare say it rivals that of Hyzant's Ministry of Medicine.
An intriguing offer, and one I gladly accept.
Lord Wolford, you and your men are free to join us as well.
Truly, Your Grace? I understand the archives hold many a closely guarded secret.
And rest assured, I have no intention of giving those away. But now that we are allies, through mining and marriage alike, a brief tour is more than in order.
Beg your pardon, but I heard this is where the salt flows cheap like.
Not here, it doesn't. Go bother someone else.
I'm not asking for my health. Here's an advance.
How much do you need?
As much as you can spare. I'm good for 10 times what I gave you.
I'm not to sell you now. Come back tonight, money in hand, to the spot marked here.
And I know your face, so don't try anything stupid.
You have my word. That looks like the spot on the map. Just there. Right then, Sickers. I've got the location for you. This is where they do their dirty work.
I knew you were the man for the job. Excellent work, Rudolph.
My name's cleared then, yeah? I'll be pardoned?
You have my word. That said, our forces are stretched quite thin this evening. We'll need you to assist in apprehending them as well.
Risk my life in exchange for a pardon? Are you mad?
We need you. These fiends are swindling the poor, selling them impure salt mixed with all manner of unsavory things. They must be jailed at all costs.
Fine. I'll help you bring him in.
Glad to hear it. You're too good a man to be branded a criminal.
Don't you flatter me after all this. You saw him, didn't you? They don't work alone. An operation like this ain't run by one man. And last I checked, we're only two.
We'll assemble reinforcements.
What an astounding collection of tomes.
The sum of Norzelia's knowledge, including volumes thought lost or banned outright in other nations.
I did not expect to see so many people in a facility so important.
Each and every one is a scholar, conducting important research in their field of expertise.
Scholars? All of them?
Brother gives no thought to background, gender, or social status during the selection process. All in Aesfrost are given equal opportunity, provided they show desire and aptitude.
Of course, we prize ability above all else. So long as they produce results, they are free to research as they please.
The most open-minded approach.
Indeed.
I see now how Aesfrost arrives at its marvels of engineering.
This portion contains the collected writings on metallurgy and our nation's rich history with iron. Our ancestors were but a tribe of impoverished hunters until the man who would become our first Archduke discovered iron. Iron changed our lives. It transformed the way we worked, farmed, built, and fought. The history of iron is the history of Aesfrost. It is our pride and joy, the engine that drives us.
My father told us that Aesfrost is made of iron, that neither its people nor weapons would bend.
Just so, Prince Roland.
Your Grace. Forgive me the interruption. I have unfortunate news regarding the issue of which we spoke.
So you require reinforcements. Say no more.
Then there was the matter of the pardon.
On which my thinking has not changed. We will speak no more of this.
Understood.
Honored guests, I would consult with you on an important matter. This is Sickers, commander of Aesfrost's constabulary.
Has something happened?
We have discovered an illicit salt trade operating within our borders. Yet we lack, at the moment, the manpower to address it. Might we have your assistance in apprehending the scofflaws?
Why, I would...
Lord Serenoa, matters of salt are fraught. I advise you not to engage without a clear strategy.
I understand it is a complex issue. Needless to say, I would not force this upon you.
Sounds simple to me. Just bringing some criminals to justice, yeah? I say aye, my lord.
I concur. What better way to thank His Grace for a tour of the archives?
And it is settled. We shall help you.
I could not be more thankful. Sicris, brief our friends on the situation.
Of course, Your Grace. Come, I shall show you to the garrison.
It's nice how we actually get to interact with some of these characters that we don't really know from our first playthrough. Let's go and do our exploration. Probably should have read the pretext, but whatever, it's fine.
I'm honored to have House Wolford fight at our side.
As I am happy to be of service. Now then, what is the situation?
Eisen's excessive salt taxes have given rise to an illicit salt trade that plagues the Duchy.
I have heard tell that the tariffs are exorbitant, but I've not heard a price.
Let it suffice to say that the cost of a single handful of salt could feed a family for a month.
Good heavens.
As such, demand for salt, even impure or stolen, is nigh on infinite.
A crime, to be sure, but a necessary evil for the poor. Tight regulation risks drawing their ire.
Perhaps we should not have agreed to this so readily.
Indeed, the Archduke has a sharp mind and a silver tongue.
My brother may appear generous and open-minded, but one should never feel too safe around him.
I was too eager, my lord. And for that, I apologize.
I was the one who agreed. Fraught as the matter is, I could not refuse the Archduke to his face.
Illicit salt trade would threaten the salt revenue on which the Duchy depends. Thus, they feel they must intervene, correct?
Precisely. We understand the plight of the people without question. On matters of maintaining order, however, we cannot waver, lest seams in the social fabric be rent asunder.
I understand the circumstances and wish to reiterate that you have our support. How would you employ us?
Our spy has already discovered where the smugglers operate. A transaction is to occur tonight. We shall make a move once our spy lures the smugglers into the open.
Understood. Then we shall familiarize ourselves with the town by nightfall.
I'd best get my bearings. Perhaps a walk around the city and the archives is in order. And so we shall crush the little smuggler. Oh, I saw a shiny. I definitely... there's the shiny. Recruitment notice. Neat. Anything up here? Or around here? Doesn't look like. So yeah, Aesfrost. We have not been here before, but now we are here. Poison recovery pellets. Oh boy, 600 bucks. Looks like the merchant is having a, shall we say, spirited disagreement with a customer. I asked the price of salt, but I doubt I get a word. I'll take as much salt as this will buy. Aye, that'll get you this much. There you are. Is that all? I could swear it bought more. Cost more to get it now, I'm afraid. This is the best I could do. Salt. I have duty to stamp out the illicit salt trade, no matter how much ire I draw from the people in doing so. What good is the rule of law if I allow this to continue unhindered? The Dutch would all but collapse. That seems a bit hyperbolic, but okay. They'll pay you as much iron as you can haul out of the mine. Or pay you for as much iron as you can haul out of the mine, but it's not easy money. That's with a tax paid with sweat and blood. Only in Aesfrost can you go sleep a pauper and awake richer than a prince. I mean, that also seems a little bit hyperbolic, but whatever. The Archduke respects our independence, and so do to prove we are worthy of such trust. Proper salt is expensive, yeah? But don't worry, I can save you some money if you like. That's, very blatant. HP recovery. Did you know the Duchy's army has a contingent mounted on hawks? Makes fighting over the mountains easier, see? I imagine it would. How are you finding the Duchy, Serena? Has anything about our way of life caught your attention? I mean, iron's not a very respectable trade. I shan't deny it. Many of them say the salt tariffs drove them to ruin. Building our society around iron mining and smelting has made us mighty, but not invulnerable. Our people are not guaranteed to find work at high wages, for example. Grant the freedom of opportunity, not success. Freedom of meritocracy, not easily mixed, I see. You reckon they actually pardon me? I guess so fine with I've already agreed to help. Rudolph Miller! An imprisoned salt smuggler who agreed to work with Sycris in exchange for pardon. He was once a hunter. His expertise with bow has caused the constabulary trouble in the past. Speaking of, I'll actually go over to Sycris and see his description, because we have not seen it yet. Sycris Duchy, the head of the Aesfrost constabulary, is charged with upholding the peace. His honest and orderly conduct has earned Gustadolf's favor. The constabulary is conspicuously present, though not watching for signs of illegal salt trading. I mean, yeah. Welcome! How can I be of service today? Is there any of the stuff that I really want? I mean, the stones would be really nice for Piccoletta. And I do like using Piccoletta. But I think I'll just buy those. It's fine if we miss out on the upgrade materials. Bro, I might do that off. Might grind for it off screen, maybe. She spends a small fortune on salt imports given the distance. Salt itself is ever more expensive, so they hire guards to protect it. Guards need to be paid, and that cost is passed to the people. It's reasonable enough. Must tighten security in the city. If we stop even one sale of illicit salt, it'll be worth it. Our spy tells us that illegal sale will take place here this very evening. We did see that in the cutscene. Everyone knows the Lord Svarog is Archduke Gustadolf's uncle, sure. What they don't know is he'll never be Archduke, for he's the son of a concubine, so, well, let's just leave it at that. There's gossiping about Svarog. He seems like a perfectly upstanding gentleman. Why you gotta slander him like that? It's a bit rude. Also, this is very dangerous infrastructure, like, that's molten iron for sure. That's gotta be real warm and will probably kill you if you accidentally trip. And why is there just wood on a sewer grate? Whatever. We'll enter the archives later. General of Laura's predecessor was a woman as well. She retired after the Soldar War, but she was word of the likes of which we'd never see again. Until General of Laura took her place, that is. Rumor has it she's the second coming. They might be referring to Groma with that. Obviously, we know Groma. She is in our party. And we know that she wasn't as frosty general, so maybe. Lord Dragan is desperate to make his grand entrance on the political stage, but desperate for his actions to match his ambitions. Not that Thalos will formally recognize him anyhow. Dragan's on the wrong side of a fork in the bloodline 2 generations back. This path leads to the Ironstone. I can't let you pass. You'll find the Irons, our pride and joy, over in the Ironstone. The heat from it is what keeps us going. The heat is the thing, see? It's what gives our iron the strength it's known for. Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess the molten iron does help heat the city, but also, you could easily trip and fall and burn to death. So, like, I don't know, maybe have it sequestered away? I don't know. Read the story of General of Laura. The Duchy soldiers are to be believed. She began as a lowly foot soldier and rose all the way to general. Clearly, might and skill carry one quite far in the Duchy. I'd wager she's no match for the Dawn Spear, but she's a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, totally. I've come to study the mining techniques of the Aesfrost, seeing as we'll be working side by side at the mines. And study I shall! Every tome I've opened has so much to teach me. Good thing too, seeing as they pride themselves on their mining. May I never again see destruction like that the Salt Iron War unleashed upon Norzelia. It took many moons for the Duchy and the Holy See to rebuild their capitals and domains in the aftermath. I shudder to think what would have become of the continent had Glenbrook not intervened. Why is there just a random Glenbrook noble here? You'll find no greater example of our hard-work and process than the armor that adorns the Black Irons. No other nation can match the output of our foundries. We aim to keep it that way. Looking like a true soldier, I cannot deny him the pride in the Duchy's achievements. No doubt the Black Irons are as formidable as he claims. Learn about the might of Aesfrost. All of us are researchers, yes. But what truths we pursue, Asking you may not find a common answer among us. Some shift focus as it suits the army, others pursue a single academic thread for decades. Tell me, as someone not of the Duchy, how would you use such a collection of finely honed intellects? Yeah. So I believe it's Lord my domain. I expected no less from the Lord of the most famous high house in all of Glenbrook. You speak your mind with few others would dare. You're quite right, good sir. Absent unfettered research, I doubt our forebears would have blessed us with the gift of our foundries. May I be so lucky as to repay my debt to them with an equally worthy contribution to our great society. I used to see a rather eccentric woman in here all the time, but she's now shown her face in many rooms now. She was incredibly fond of rock, as I recall, and intelligent beyond her years. I wonder what became of her. I think we will actually meet her, if that's who I'm thinking they're talking about. The sheer numbers of tomes in the archives can be overwhelming as it is, yet there are even more that never see the light of day. A collection of tightly restricted works rests beneath the main archives. One needs special dispensation to even lay eyes on them. And we know that Frederica's mom had something in there, hidden away, that someone stole. The goddess of Salt's teachings tell us that the Rosella must bear the stain of their collective sins from birth. Yeah, well, they're bullshit. The Duchy takes great pains to open wide the gates of knowledge and education. People are free to pursue their studies as they see fit, and any may rise to prominence on their own merits, regardless of station. It's undoubtedly one of the Duchy's strengths. That, and also their very strong units. Although, we didn't really see too much of their ultra-strong units, considering that we mostly fought Hyzant in the end of our last playthrough. I believe I have the lay of the land now. I should make my way back to Sir Cyprus and wait nightfall. And of course, while we wait for nightfall, that'll be after a real-life nightfall. For you guys, at least. Because we'll be doing that next time. But until then, see you guys later.